Okay, everyone, welcome back to Fabula. People who are watching probably can't tell, but it's been a while for us, so we're all a little bit rusty.
It's been a few weeks since an episode aired either, so they have some idea.
Mm-hmm.
True. Yeah, especially because we usually have a couple of them banked, so imagine how long it's been on our end. But yeah, so we're all here. We've done our recap. For those of you who are watching, go watch the other episode. I'm not going to give you a recap. What are you doing?
Antagonize him.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Get mad? Are you going to like, subscribe? Yeah, you wouldn't do that. Yeah.
Damn it, he's turned into Mr. Beast.
Oh, God.
If only
That
I
we've been
had
missing the whole
feasible
time.
money. Yeah, antagonism. So, yeah, so I think we're going to start things up with Kestrel and Sharp and Wolf, because you guys were on your way back to Don Laika. You were kind of clippity-clopping on the road as you were going.
Mhm.
So you guys are traveling back. You guys making any small talk? Are you guys looking for anything? Like, Wolf is just sort of taking in the scenery as you guys return. He's just sort of looking about. Again, most of this area is kind of new to him. So, he kind of leans over to you, Kestrel, and he just says, so these towns, I have seen them from a distance, but are they safe? Is it? What are they like?
They're safe. They don't hurt each other or anything usually, but so imagine the inside of the grove. We all kind of gather together. It's kind of like that, but imagine maybe 10 groves, and there's that many of them, but they don't really always share a family. But they all do that thing I taught you about, the trade, and they interact. It's kind of like that. It's a little overwhelming though. Lots of sights and smells and people and chatter.
And what do they keep in the places, the buildings, the houses? I hear the ones that they build. What is on the inside of them?
Well, some of them are like dens where you would go with your family and you would sleep. And some of them are not like dens at all. You don't go there to sleep. You just go there to eat food. That like Albus makes with his tools and stuff. And then everybody goes there to eat that, and that's fun. And some of them are just where they hand things for money. Remember trade? They do that.
I do recall the trade, yes, as you had said.
Yes. So it's different buildings for different things. Hard to tell what they do on the inside, though. Usually the bigger ones are where they don't do the sleeping with the family, unless it's for all of the families to come in and pay to sleep there. That's those ones.
They trade to sleep.
Yes. Yeah.
I see. That does not make sense to me. I would think many people sleeping together would be safer. And I do not know why you would need to trade. You would be good.
Well, so you don't go inside someone else's den and go and sleep there, but this is like that, except it's you pay them to go into the den and use it, basically.
I see. Many dens. Many
dens in large building where you go to sleep. I think that's where we're going now, right, Sharp?
Yes. Sorry.
Good save.
Yeah, we have we're meeting people in I can't. Oh my gosh. All that's coming to my brain is a hotel, but I don't think that's like an inn. That's what it's called. Yeah.
Yes.
These are often.
Do they do the?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No.
Do they do the eat trade there too?
Yeah. So
The
often,
eating trade.
oftentimes, like inns and places that you're able to stay for a short period of time, offer food. Mostly breakfast. That seems to be like the common offering is for breakfast. To be.
I lean over to Wolf and I tap him and I go, "Breakfast is the morning food."
Oh yeah.
He nods, but he's still listening to you, Sharp.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sharp's like, no, I'm done.
So-
I'm done. You don't
I'm
have
done.
to. No, I was
It's
done
over.
already.
It's so Jover.
So Jover, do you eat other things for different times, or do you only care about when you eat? It seems a bit strange. We at the Grove, we eat when we need and when we can, but you seem to have much food out here, very, very much food. You choose when you eat. You eat. It seems, I don't know the word. You eat for fun.
Yes. Yeah. It's definitely a luxury that people have here is there's enough food, and obviously if you have enough money to get that food, a lot of people do eat not just for survival, but because they desire that type of food or just want to eat more instead of what they need to actually survive. But in like standard practices, people do tend to eat like in the morning, kind of when they wake up. They do one in the middle of the day. That's what's called like lunch. And then dinner or supper is in the evening before bed. And sometimes they tend to be like different varieties of food. But you know, those aren't like kind of just whatever people want to eat.
What an interesting person to be explaining food and eating.
I know. I'm like, well, what do I remember about it?
It's very
And,
analytical.
And he's sort of, I see. It does make sense. I too sometimes feel tired. A good nap is good after a good meal.
Mhm.
Sometimes there is much flesh where we come from, much meat, but not all can be eaten. It is strange out here seeing all of this, and he kind of motions out to like all the grass and the wheat that are out here, and he goes, "It is strange to think this is all food for you. You have so much. It is like the tops of the canopies for miles, food everywhere."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's what helps. It's like a variety of food. It's not just meat. There's the grains, there's fruit and vegetables, and like, especially with the variety of people who live here, you know, certain individuals like maybe necessarily can't, like their bodies can't process a lot of certain foods, and so they have to eat something else, and so it allows for a lot of variety of people to live together and be okay.
He kind of takes it in. He goes, "I see. Is this why the Albus makes such good food?"
Well, I mean, he has like the experience and the knowledge of all of the food. You know, back when I would make food, I definitely could never make something as good as what Albus could do. But, you know, he is able to he has the knowledge to be able to combine all of that variety of food to make something that pretty much anybody and everybody would truly enjoy.
And he nods and he kind of picks at his beard a little bit. He goes, I see. I have respect for this Albus. I see now he is like me, a great hunter, but he attacks, he hunts different kind of prey. He hunts your food, not mine. A very different skill, but it is very good.
Yeah, he's always thinking about what the other person would want or like or enjoy, and that's a whole nother battle.
The key to being a good hunter is looking out for those who you feed. This is good. This is good. You've chosen your friends well, Kestrel. And he gives
I didn't
you a
really
bit of a-
choose it, but yeah, they're great.
And yeah, you guys are going along. It's starting to be a little like the sun is starting to kind of roll down closer to setting on the horizon. And then, as you're getting closer to town, it goes from just being like a road to like you definitely see all the buildings are starting to get closer, and you've got like little wooden planks kind of dotting the road as you go. Some of them have, wood between them, like little fences. Some of them have sort of just fallen apart. So they're just, wooden little fence posts, essentially, just sort of sitting out there by their lonesome. Make me a insight check, both of you. And I actually need to get my dice out. I had to put them away because of cats.
We rolled the same thing. Or well, I don't know.
Wow.
But you rolled a crit success.
Did.
Not that means anything in this moment. Maybe. Oh wait, no, it's sixes. That
Sixes
does mean
and up?
something.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I
You
get to
control
summon
the narrative.
the demons.
Yeah.
The devil
Hooray!
on Easter.
Summon the devil.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that is an opportunity. If you'd like one, if you'd like to say spot something in particular, so I'm just getting some dice out so that I could even roll for Wolf, although I don't know that it matters now. You guys have done so well.
12 and 12 with one crit success.
Yeah, so as you guys are looking about, obviously there's not a lot to see as far as like interesting stuff. At this point, you definitely can spot assuming the timing is roughly about right here, you spot a wyvern leave, or did that already happen? No.
It happened at the farm because you
Correct.
had mentioned that. Yeah.
Well, it did. Did you guys see that on the road already?
No,
I don't think
'cause
I
you
don't
didn't
think
pan
you
over
did.
to us yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say, given the amount of time that the conversation had happened, so at this point, you guys spot you see like, I mean, you've seen them before because they were above Lighthaven, but this is probably the closest you've ever been to one Kestrel. I don't know of another time you would have been closer.
Well, they're in the cordon. The wyverns are.
True. Do you feel that you've been closer to one before?
I've seen one before. This is not the.
I'm not
probably
saying
the
this
closest I've been though.
Correct. I'm not saying it's novel, but yes. So this
Okay.
is like, yeah. So this is the closest you've ever been to a wyvern and a rider. And you see it sort of take off some distance from the town up ahead. And there's certainly a moment where like Wolf tenses up. And I don't know what Kestrel's reaction is, but he seems nervous at first until he sees that it just sort of takes off and starts flying north, basically like the opposite direction from you guys.
Yeah. I mean, I'm tense too, but I'm also kind of staring at it slack-jawed and a little awestruck at it. A little under the breath curse. She goes, Wolf.
And he leans over, but he doesn't Yeah, he doesn't say anything.
I've never seen one so close before. It's massive.
And he just nods. He just nods. He's in like hunter mode. He isn't saying a thing, but he just nods.
You think it's going away?
And he nods and he goes, I do. It flies north. If it saw us, it would have turned around, I think.
Okay. And are we close to the town now?
You're definitely getting close. You're maybe 10, 15 minutes away from it at this point.
Okay. Can I see anybody?
So you, as you look around, you don't see like a ton of stuff. Sharp, you do see something though. Since you rolled a crit here.
Mm-hmm.
On top of one of the posts, as you are approaching town, at first you think you see, it looks like a little lizard sitting on top of one of the posts on the fence, just like a little lizard. It's sort of like black. It's kind of got like a bright, like orange kind of belly to it. And as you guys are approaching it, though, you recognize that it's not a lizard. I guess I don't know how familiar you are, but it definitely isn't a lizard. In fact, it looks more like an amphibian. If you had to guess, you'd probably say a newt.
Oh.
And as you guys are kind of rolling up towards it, you see that it sort of turns to you guys, and it just opens its mouth, and it goes, "Hello." And you guys are
It's
just,
talking.
Yeah.
and as you kind of keep going by, it just goes, "Hi."
And wait, we're just going?
We're just
Wait,
going,
it's
and let's
talking. No, I'm
Just look ahead. Don't make eye contact.
It's like, wait. I'm gonna-
Okay, and yeah, Sharp will stop the cart.
yeah.
Okay, you stop the
And
cart.
I get up and I hang out the other end of the cart, and I'm like, why are you talking?
And it just sort of looks your way, and it goes, "Hello, hi,
Did you say anything else?
oh yes."
What's your name?
And he just proved
And
it.
it just there's a bit of a moment where it just goes, "Are you a mean bird or a nice one?"
I'm a nice bird. I'm a very nice bird.
"Oh, hello, I am Pickle."
Pickle.
I'm Kestrel.
"Oh, hello. Where are you going?"
What? That way to town. Where are you going?
"Oh, same." And then it like hops off the post, and it just sort of like flops in the grass, and then it just sort of starts like scuttling and like along the road, just like right along where you guys are traveling, and it's like trying to keep up, but it's not going very fast.
Well, we stopped, right?
You stopped, yeah. So it's slowly gaining. It's just you could tell
Yeah.
he's moving as fast as he can here.
Yeah.
But like it's not much, yeah.
I'm just gonna hop out of the cart, like,
Okay,
you know,
okay.
not out the back of it, just off the wall of it, just kind of, you know, hand over ass and fall out of the cart a little bit. And I'm gonna go like, "Do you need a ride?"
And he goes, "Oh yes, have fun." Mm-hmm.
I'm like, Wolf, there's a pickle.
And he's like watching you as you've hopped out. He's leaning over and watching. He goes, I see. What?" And he kind of turns to you, Sharp, and goes, "What is a pickle?"
I think that's its name. It looks like a newt to me, which is a amphibian type animal.
Oh, amazing.
man.
You knew so much about it.
As you describe, as you say amphibian, there is a look of non-recognition in his face.
Cool.
Have you ever seen a
but he definitely
frog?
didn't and he kind of goes, "We have things like this, but they live in the blood rivers. They do not look like this."
They also don't talk. And I'm gonna reach out my hands for him.
Okay.
You know.
And you reach out your hands, and he kind of hops on board. And he just looks at you, and he's just like, "Hello, nice bird."
Hi, cool pickle. I'm gonna give you a ride now. We're gonna get inside. But what are you doing out here? So I start heading into the cart, by the way.
Okay, and you hop into the cart, and he goes, "Oh, Pickle, go looking.
For what?
Oh, for anything.
Okay.
New friends. Are you a new friend?"
I really want to be.
And he goes, "Yay! Yay! New friend!" And then he kind of hops out of your hand, or at least he tries to. I guess you could try to catch him.
I mean, I'm gonna let him go. He can go, I guess.
Okay, and it's not a very dexterous flop, as he kind of flops and almost kind of falls off of like Wolf's leg, but then kind of catches himself and then flops up on Wolf's leg, and goes, "Hello, you new friend too?" And Wolf just kind of looks to you, Kestrel, to like, what should he do here?
I'm like, we're friends.
And Wolf just goes, "Yes, we are friends." And Pickle just goes, "Yay! And it kind of does like a little circle. And it goes, "I am Pickle. Who are you?" And Wolf goes, I am Wolf." And Pickle goes, Yes, Wolf. And then he kind of like hops over, and he starts. It's again not very dexterous. He kind of keeps flopping around all your legs as he goes over to Sharp, and he kind of tries to hop on you, Sharp. Again, not very well. And he goes, "Hello, you friend too?"
Maybe. What?
Maybe.
Less convinced. Okay.
Sharp's gonna shoot Pickle.
Well, my first red flag that I'm not saying as Sharp, I'm just saying to like the group is, how the fuck does this lizard thing know that Kestrel's a bird?
Oh, true.
True. Any like reason that he would know that she's a bird and not a little girl?
You could ask.
Ask him.
Ask him.
You rolled the crit. You could grab information from him.
Oh.
You could grab him and wring his little neck.
Strangle him.
Yeah. Wait. You can use an opportunity to unmask Pickle.
Ooh.
Learn the goals and motivations of this creature.
I do that.
Cucumber.
He's a cucumber. He's not a pickle.
Oh.
You have figured him out. No. You pick him up, unless you're like opposed to this.
No, I'm.
Okay, so you pick him up
By his
and
leg.
you kind of keep him in your hand, and he kind of does a little spin, and he looks at you. And as he looks at you, you obviously, I would say eye to eye, but you're sort of a spectral eye.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But as you stare into his eyes, you notice that what first seems to be these sort of vacant, very like sort of almost like black eyes, like there's just nothing in there, right? You notice that there is something in there. There's a sparkle, a glimmer. There is magic, a great deal of magic of some kind buried in his teeny little vacant head. There is a lot more going on inside than maybe even this little critter understands. So you suspect that the reason it seems to know things must have something to do with that.
What do I do with
I
that
don't know what
information?
So it's like, well, you could probably ask him who his other friends are, right? Or you're like, because seemingly someone put this magic in this creature.
Yeah, I'm wondering if
He's just a magical creature.
yeah, or
Mhm.
like I'm curious like if this is like a spy or something, if he like can see fuck, I guess she'll ask like something about like the magic, like something like, oh, it looks like you have like a lot of magic involvement. Do you know what that's about? And
he kind of tilts his head and he goes, "Oh yes, Pickle lots of magic, see lots magic. Oh many, many, yes. Old master, new master?" And it kind of does a little circle in your hand again. Many magic.
Who are your masters?
And he goes, "Oh, masters." He doesn't even seem to quite comprehend how to verbalize. Like, you ask, who are his masters? Well, they're his masters.
Do they have names?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh, new master is Fabula.
I don't know who that is.
Mm-hmm.
And technically, you guys shouldn't.
Yeah,
That's
we
right.
don't
Which is
know.
why I'm
I
not
don't know
helping
who
you with
that
these
is,
questions.
you know? Nope.
Yep.
As Folia
I don't know who that is.
Folia did mention something about this at the end of the last episode.
What's the name of your old master?
Oh, she has many names. Pickle tried to remember all. And you kind of see, like, he kind of like does that thing where he blinks, but like he's almost trying to like force his eyeballs in. He's thinking real hard here. And he goes, Baba Yaga.
Babadook. Just kidding.
Babadook.
Interesting. What do you do for your new master, Folia?
Oh, Pickle tell lots of things.
So you
And explore.
you report
And then he
findings to this person?
and Pickle goes, Pickle tell lots of tales. Pickle go lots of places.
What kind of tales?
And he kind of sits his little butt down, and he kind of sits as high as he can with his little newt front arms, and he goes, "Well, Pickle leave where Folia is, and Pickle travel, and Pickle see furry thing in hole, and then Pickle go through the tall grass, and then Pickle see large bird, mean one, not nice one like Kestrel. Then Pickle travel more and see other fuzzy thing. This one has teeth, right?" And it goes, and then Pickle tried to be friends, but it was no friend. And then Pickle kept going and saw great tower. So Pickle tried to climb tower, but Pickle could not. So then Pickle found other tower, and then another tower, and then Pickle climbed the tower, and then Pickle saw you, new friends.
Pickle,
Go ahead.
does your master know where you are?
Oh, no.
Do you think maybe they want to?
Oh, yes.
Do you think maybe we should help you get back to them?
Oh, yes.
Okay, I think that's a good idea. You seem a little lost.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I'm gonna reach out to try to grab him.
Get him off me. I'm just kidding.
Can I hold him? I want to hold
Yeah,
him.
that's fine.
You can hold him.
Okay.
Who has the cockroach at this point?
That would be Roslyn. Mhm.
Here's a newt.
But I'm gonna take the newt and be like, and I'm just gonna sit down with him, with Pickle,
Okay.
and I'm gonna just ask him. So tell me about Folia. She got like a lot of flowers or something?
And as you guys are riding, obviously with this conversation and everything, if you guys have kept going, you guys are starting to approach the town here.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say Sharp would
Yeah.
continue on after this point.
Mm-hmm.
But you ask, and he gives very sparse details. I mean, they seem in his mind to be very complicated details. But they are things like she is very smart, and she knows all things, and she has she's green and has she has leaves and very very kind. She let me run around, and things like that. You know what I mean? Like the vaguest things, you get the idea that she, some kind of magic caster of some kind, is green and leafy, and is a very nice, kind master,
that's
and
nice.
lets him have a lot of freedom, which he seems to value a lot. You get the feeling that he may not have had a lot of freedom prior to being with Folia. So. Yeah.
Well, that's nice. I'm just going to talk to him about all the random BS that he saw today while we continue to Dunlika.
Okay. Yeah, and there's a lot of random stuff that he saw. He'll tell you about the round pebbles he saw and the slightly less round pebbles that he saw and some of the flowers.
I'm going to tell him about my random BS too while he's doing
God.
that.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay.
Yeah.
And he listens intently to all of it. He's like a little sponge of information, everything that you tell him. Yeah.
He's adorable. I love him.
And Wolf is like intrigued by this little thing that's talking. There's certainly an element of like, why is such a tiny creature talking? That he's a little taken aback by. But as you're getting along with him, he seems to be appreciative of it. Like he's enjoying watching you two interact.
Okay.
Cool. But eventually, you guys do roll into town. And Dawnlike is it's Sharp's seen it before, but to you, Kestrel, it's a small little town. There are a number of buildings. I don't know how well you are paying attention to all the buildings, but if you're not, Pickle will even be like, oh, what's that? Oh, what's that? What's that one say? And he'll start like asking what like the different shops and like signs are.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be glancing up, but if he's asking me questions, I'll look around a bit more intently.
Okay, and this is like, so basically you can see that there's like a chapel. There is a thing called like there's a little like house that kind of has like a little parlor out front of it.
Mm-hmm.
There appears to be some sort of a blacksmith as well. There is a place that's kind of got like a bottle of like medicine on the front of it, which you assume it to be where like a doctor or so.
Can I ask you a
I don't know.
question? Are there any signs with words on them?
There is one in particular that is like big bold like letters across the top. Yeah.
Can I try to read it?
You can try to read it. Do an insight. Willpower.
Okay. Insight, willpower.
To get
My
any
best stat
benefits
versus
from
my worst stat.
all of her.
Yeah, do I get any
reading?
benefits from all my studying?
Yes, actually. Well, do you want to? I think you have the boost from before, yeah?
From
Or did you
Rosalind?
from Rosalind. Did you want to use that for your next training session, or did you want to use it for this?
Hold on. I'm trying to see where I put that. Did I write that anywhere?
It's fine. Give yourself a +2
I'm gonna give myself a +2.
to whatever this ends up being.
Yes, sir. Make the roll.
Ooh. That's a 1 and a 4.
All that work.
Total of 5.
This cannot stand. This will not stand.
You must have at least one Fabula point.
Is this stupid? Is this a stupid way to use this?
Not
Is
if you want to prove you've been doing something of value for.
Damn.
I need this. Okay, I'm gonna go down to 0 on my Fabula points. I don't care if there is something more valuable to use this towards. This is important.
That's an experience point.
Okay.
We just got another experience point.
Whatever. That's a 10 in total. I'll take it.
Okay. To the best of your ability, and it's a toughie, okay? But it seems to say the Velvet Boat Q.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna sound that out real slow like to him, like the velvet boku. I think I got that right, and I look over at Sharp.
Yeah.
Bopicue? What is that?
Steve, you're not here.
For the record, Sharp, it does say
Sharp,
the
what did it
Velvet
really say?
Boutique.
Boutique? Okay, sorry. I was like, I don't even remember
Sharp's
what the
yes.
Yeah, that's it. I'm actually also illiterate.
word. Yeah.
There's a hell of a thing about being a scientist, but
So she'll say like, "Great job! You're so close on that last word, but it's pronounced boutique." That one's a tough one, but very nice job.
Thank you, thank you. And I look at Pickle and I go, "That one's the Velvet Boutique." See, I'm learning to read, so I get that one now.
And Pickle goes, "Oh, yay, yay!" And he kind of does a little circle dance in your hand. And he goes, "New friends?" And
Yeah.
you can see like as you kind of rolled into town, it's been rather quiet. There really haven't been a lot of people about. But as you go past the boutique, you can see inside. Because unlike some of the other businesses, this one has a very large like window display up front, so you can look into it, and you can see that there are a number of like mannequins, and not like JCPenney mannequins that are like full people. These are just like little, like, put some clothes on them, little half people or whatever. But there are some mannequins with clothes, all different kinds of clothes. And you can see that there are two people on the inside. One of them appears to be a younger, like teenaged deer folk that Sharp would recognize. And the other is a sort of rather stunning looking middle-aged elven woman with kind of like really deep red hair and kind of pale bluish eyes. And the two of them seem to be kind of talking and sort of looking over a particular outfit of some kind. There's, mannequins kind of in the way, but you can see that they are clearly engaged in a very, lively
Animated?
conversation. Yes, lively, animated conversation. They seem to be going about their business, but you can see them on the inside as you guys are kind of rolling past.
But it is a clothing store, yeah?
Well, as far as you can tell, okay, so you don't really know what a boutique is, but it does look a lot like the clothing store that you guys visited in Roulette.
Yeah.
So you could probably piece together that it is some sort of clothing store. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna look at Wolf, who is wearing...
He's wearing the perfect kind of thing. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like a loincloth
Skulls and
some skulls.
loincloth and...
What else
and
could a man want to wear? Yeah.
And I'm gonna say, so, Sharp, could you stop the, just 1 second?
Yeah.
And, Kestrel's gonna say, so, Wolf, when we broke out of the prison, I was wearing something that they thought would make me look like I didn't belong. And so I got a new change of clothes. And I wear this now and nobody notices me at all. I think, and I'm going to look him over, I think you don't look like you belong, and it might cause problems if you go around looking like that.
And he kind of looks at himself and goes, I think I look fine, but I suppose...
Oh, you look great! I love it!
I see, though, that I do look... It is not good camouflage out here.
We are hiding from our prey and stalking, and this outfit is not helping you blend. So maybe we should get you a different one just for now. I understand these trophies are very important, that all your friends live in them, but I think that maybe I don't want the wyvern to come back, I don't want to cause problems.
And he kind of like touches some of the skulls and he goes, I do not know that I can part with them, Kestrel. They are here to help protect us.
I know.
But...
put that one underneath the shirt we get, maybe. And I look at he's got like a crow skull on his belt or something, and that one maybe like on the belt, like under the clothes or something. But you could still have them just like under, just temporary.
I will trust you on this, Kestrel, if you think this is good.
I think I think this is a better choice than having to fight because you decided not to.
I agree.
I nod. Okay. Very well then. And Pickle goes, yay, come. And he hops out of your hands, Kestrel. And
Okay, bye.
Kind of flops onto the wagon and then keeps going and then flops onto the ground and then starts going towards the boutique.
I guess that's our cue to go.
I will say I don't think Sharp has any money. So if we can pretend
I
that
think
she
we've
has
just
money.
decided just have me keep it as a group collective, and then we can just
Great.
through the magic of
Through the magic of
JRP.
you have it. It's in the party account.
Okay,
So,
okay,
yeah,
great.
you want to
So
have
I'm
the
going to be
fun.
accessing party funds because
Uh-huh.
That's fine.
Well,
There's like
I
a
think
credit
we've been
card.
putting everything in. Yeah.
Credit card.
You just bill it to the
Mhm.
Bank of Gunolf.
Yeah.
Yep.
okay,
Cool. Okay, good.
all right.
They know me.
To the person who doesn't know how money works, let's go. So I'm going to climb out of the cart and follow after Pickle, who's decided to scuttle away.
And if you head to the boutique, you will probably beat him to the door.
Okay. I'm going to reach down and pick him up again because I
Okay.
don't like him scuttling around on his own. He's so tiny.
Okay.
He might get trampled.
Yay!
I pick him up and Jason, would you like to do that?
No, it's fine. He just goes, yay!
Okay, I pick him up and I wait for everybody to catch up. Is everybody coming? Or maybe honest, I don't know. No, Wolf's got to try on clothes. He's so big. You gotta
does.
find. Okay, so
And in fact, as you guys stop outside, I'll hand this bit to you because you guys have rolled very well on your insights, especially you, Sharp. You can see that you guys stopping outside and then getting out, the two gals on the inside notice, and there's a moment of looking and gossiping between them, and then they start trying to like fuss up their hair and
God.
look really good, and then try to get into places and things like that.
Oh, okay, good. I was scared they're gonna be like, oh god, fuckers are coming in and are mad at us or something.
No, they were and there were definitely some glances, especially from the elven woman in Wolf's direction.
Got it.
Yeah,
Of
I
course
bet.
there was.
Yeah.
Of course
Yeah, I
there
bet.
was.
Okay. Well,
So yeah, who goes in first?
I'm gonna enter first, probably.
Got
And
it.
open the door. Does the door jingle?
It does. There's a little bell, and it goes ding ding. As you're going.
Nice. I love that. I love that as Kestrel also. And I look to them and
Yeah, and so Wolf gives it a he's like, well, he thinks that you've sprung a trap for a moment, so he's a little hesitant. And Pickle just goes ding ding.
ding ding. And I look to I don't know, the elven woman probably. And she's not a teenage girl.
No, she's not.
No.
No. She seems to be a bit. It's hard to tell with elves sometimes, but she definitely seems to be middle-aged. Although she looks rather good for her age. Takes care of herself, but she's behind the counter, and the teenage deer girl is just sort of she's doing that thing where you sort of she's looking at something elsewhere, but is definitely oh, look, people are coming in right now. Yeah, it's one of those. Yeah.
I'm gonna head to the counter and go talk to the elven woman who looks like she's kind of in charge. She's the eldest anyway, and so I go to her and I go, hi, So it looks like you sell like clothes here, and it looks like my brother could probably use some. I don't know if you have something that could fit him. And I like look up, because he's probably like 1.5 feet taller than me.
Mm-hmm. A foot and a half? Yeah, I would say so. And yeah, you walk in, and she's just behind the counter, and she goes, "Oh, yes, welcome. Welcome. Of course, dear, we have something for you. And, oh, be delighted to help your brother, you say? A firm, rugged man. I, of course, have something for him."
Okay, that's very helpful. I appreciate that. That's so cool. Okay.
And she kind of comes out from behind the counter, and she goes, "Well, let me just size you guys up."
No, I bet. I'm just gonna measure.
And she does a little walk around your brother, and definitely goes, "Oh, you don't mind, do you?" And she kind of puts her hand on him and sort of like runs it along like the length of his arm and how like along his back and stuff. And she's like, "My, you are large, aren't you? I might have to custom make something for you. Would that be okay?" And Wolf is just sort of like really unsure what to do here. And he's just like, yes. He kind of looks to you, Kestrel. He doesn't, he's not sure.
You don't have anything he could wear now, because I don't know if you noticed, but he doesn't really look like he belongs here. I don't think it would be a good idea for us to get strange looks. So if we could avoid the time, of making a new thing, that'd be cool.
And she goes, "Well, I might have something that I could scrounge together, some of the outfits for the larger folk, but it certainly wouldn't fit as proper as it should for a man like you." And she kind of gives Wolf a bit of a look and kind of like taps him on the chest a little bit. And he seems a little unsure what to do.
Yeah, Sharp will like
Okay,
interrupt.
we're not gonna keep it very well.
Yeah, like that's okay, ma'am. We're just looking for some quick stuff right now. Thank you.
And she goes, Of course. But if you like, I could easily put something together.
No.
Something fashionable.
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, thank you.
We're not fashion
I
people.
appreciate your assistance, though.
And she definitely gives you a bit of a side eye, Sharp. She goes, Of course. And
I'm the mom
goes,
here. I have
"Be
to
right."
put my foot down.
And she's like, "I'll be right back." And she kind of goes, there's sort of a back room. You can hear her kind of like going through some boxes and stuff. And there's the dear gal in the room who Sharp, is the daughter from the inn. Just sort of keeps like throwing little side glances your guys' way and like trying to hold back like a smile or like a snicker, and then just sort of keeps pretending to look at the same like 3 dresses or whatever over on the wall. And then, a couple moments later, Velvet comes around the corner again, and she goes, "Well, it's certainly not ideal, but this should fit you, although rather loosely." And she kind of hands like a box and kind of opens it, and you can see that it's like, I don't know that you'd recognize what it is, Kestrel, but Sharp, you recognize them as to be like really like casual, like farmers or like just a worker's outfit. Like it's really baggy. It's just like strings to kind of tie it up. Like it's the sort of thing that like is probably clearly made for like a very just large man. Like we're talking not like ripped and like shredded the way Wolf is. Like this is gonna hang on him because this is like the XXXL that was designed for just a big person. Maybe even like a type of beast folk that is just whose just physiology is big and round. You know what I mean? But it does look like it would roughly fit Wolf, albeit poorly. Yeah.
Thank you
it's a pretty
so
basic
much,
shirt.
Mom.
Yeah. And she nods and she's like, "Of course, obviously, it's not very expensive. I would be more than happy to put something together for you, sir. And she kind of splashes Wolf a smile, and he kind of takes a bit of a nod from you, Sharp, and goes, "No, that is fine. Thank you." And she sort of goes, "No problem." But kind of there's a bit of a moment. She flashes you a bit of a glare, Sharp.
So Wolf's not a ladies' man, huh?
And so she goes, "Well, that'll be," I was like, a zenith. It's like nothing.
Fuck yeah.
It's
Saving the
although
money.
I suppose we should. I think our monetary value is being retconned over to silver. But yes,
Yeah.
it's the equivalent of a zenith. Yeah. So 1 silver, and that would be it.
And Sharp will just to smooth things over because, we don't want her talking shit about us and then whatever. She'll say, thank you very much for your understanding. We will keep you and your boutique in mind when we have more time to find something more fitting and more appropriate. So thank you.
Do an indecent proposal. Be like, you can have Wolf for a price.
Whoa. Hold on.
Castro's excuse me?
Excuse me?
You could take his measurements now.
Exactly. Yeah, in person.
Jesus.
She would.
But Sharp does try to smooth things over, with that and just being we appreciate it and we will keep you in mind and hopefully we'll be able to take you up on your offer.
And it seems to maybe smooth things over a little bit. There's a little bit. She goes, "Well, I appreciate that. Of course, anything you need, let me know. For either one of you, I don't have too many things for those in your condition, but for the young girl and her brother, I would be able to facilitate almost anything."
Yeah, Kestrel nods and she's like, "Yeah, I thank you. Appreciate that. You're quite pretty, by the way."
And that does seem to win her over a little bit. And she goes,
Mhm.
"Oh, thank you. I know, but it is always good to hear. You're very beautiful yourself. You must show me how you got the feathers in your hair like that. It looks so natural."
They're just they're just mine, but thank you. I do want to be a pretty girl too, though. I know you say that, but
And she
I
goes,
don't.
"Oh, I do mean it, dear. Of course you'd clean up well, but stop by sometime and I'll show you."
Okay, I like that idea a lot. Thank you, ma'am.
And she gives you a very polite kind of nod. And it does seem genuine,
Okay.
with a bit of a smile to it.
Cool.
Great.
But with that,
change.
become friends with
Goodbye.
the gossipers.
do you want Wolf to just change in the back of
Yeah,
the
strip naked right
Right
now.
now.
Change. There's no sense of propriety.
because he definitely would if you told him to do that. So
He starts to take off his loincloth. No, stop it. Get in the truck.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look at him and be like, "I think you should get changed now before we go into the inn." I don't give any specifications.
Okay, and he goes, okay. And he does start to unbuckle the top of his thing, and kind of takes some of it off a little bit, really, so he's just got bare chested even more than normal, and then he kind of puts the shirt on, and then he goes to unlatch his belt a little bit right there in the store, and of course the Velvet isn't going to say a thing.
I guess he's stripping down then.
Sharp is actively shoving him out of the store, trying
Out
to
of to the street.
No, so he can change in the freaking cart that has a cover.
Oh, okay.
I don't want him to get molested when he's changing in the store's bathroom. So fucking no. Get in the cart.
If you usher him out, then he will follow your
Hey.
lead, since you seem to know how these things should work.
Goddamn.
And then he gets changed in the back of the cart.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, and yeah, by the time he comes back around, he has like tried to put the belt kind of on top of the kind of pants,
Sure.
and he's even sort of like put the leather one with the skull on top of the shirt, but like it just fits so like loosely. You can see that he's tried to tuck the necklace as well, like what Kestrel had said, but like it hasn't been tightened. So like you can almost just see it amongst all, like he looks kind of like a mess. Like you literally just took Wolf and then you just slapped a bunch of like potato sacks on him almost.
Exactly what I
Yeah.
envisioned. That's perfect.
Hide the physique from everybody.
Exactly.
And the physique is very hidden,
That's
except for
good.
like certain parts on his arms that he's just so thick it's hard to hide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, anyway, yeah, I'm gonna wave goodbye to Velvet, and I have Pickle in hand, and we're gonna go.
And Pickle does try to do like a little wave as well as you wave.
That's so cute.
Yeah, so you guys leave the boutique, and Velvet gives you, of course, a good like, of course, come back. No hurry. But do come back.
Great.
And okay, so where are you guys headed next?
Probably the inn.
Yeah, now we're
assuming
good
that's
for the
because that's
inn.
where we're supposed to go.
Okay. And so you guys approach the inn. Do you want to like park the cart first or anything like that?
Yeah, I don't know how to do
No,
that.
just
though.
crash it into the inn.
Right at the front door.
No, I park it wherever I need to. Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah. So you park the cart kind of around the side. There's a couple of like hitching posts and whatnot. And you kind of go to the go to the inn. And as you guys are sort of walking in to the inn, there is another deer folk outside, a younger the teenage one that Marie you would recognize from earlier. That was Buck, if I'm remembering correctly here. Look at his name. Am I correct? Hold on.
Is the
No,
Buck's
Tucker.
name Buck? It's
No,
Tucker.
Tucker. It's Tucker. It's Tucker. I was like, it's not Buck. He is a young Buck though. But so you see Tucker outside, and he just seems to be sort of like I don't want to say like wistfully, but he just seems sort of bored sitting outside as you guys are coming over. Like he's just looking down the street. You kind of like can see the sunset towards the horizon. But as you guys approach, he sort of like takes notice of you guys walking in. And he kind of he recognizes you, Marie. He kind of like gives a bit of a nod. And then for Wolf, there's sort of a bit of like a lean back, a sort of a like, whoa, look at this guy, you know what I mean? And for you, Kestrel, he does sort of he kind of gives you a look and then a bit of a smile, and then a bit of he gives you a little wink as well.
Oh, I don't know what that means.
No, you don't.
Is he cute?
I mean, yeah.
He is a
pretty cute.
young buck.
Damn.
He is a young bug.
Okay.
This town is horny.
Yeah. I'm gonna give him a big old smile as I pass by because he smiled at me.
And that kind of makes him like widen his own smile. What was once sort of a like, oh, hey, and then you smile back, and he, you know what I mean? He kind of like, oh,
Sure,
wow,
yeah.
I got a response back, yeah. But you guys head inside, and it's the same as you remember at Sharp. It's little bar. There's tables. There's the bar itself, and there are the mother and the father are inside as well. There was Lori and Penn. Penn being the father, and Lori being the mother. And they're in there. Lori is currently cleaning some of the tables, just wiping them down and whatnot. And Penn is just cleaning some glasses, and it looks like just doing some of the kind of just basic upkeep behind the bar. And of course, as you return, Sharp, you get a "Oh, welcome back from Penn," which I think is what he sounded like. I don't remember. That's what he sounds like now. And it's been like 2 months. Like, Chris could probably tell me.
You're doing great.